Hey guys, Brandon here from Epic Technology, and for Apple's latest 2016 September keynote event, we got the announcement of the newest iPhone 7. So before you pick yourself up a new iPhone 7, here's the top 7 things you need to know about the iPhone 7. Let's go! So first you need to know about the new iPhone 7 is that there are going to be 2 new colors, one being black, which will replace the already space gray model, and a new jet black. So this jet black is pretty much the same and reminiscent of the old iPhone 4. So it's going to be an all black glossy finish at the back, and let me tell you, I'm telling you this right now, this is going to be prone to scratches and fingerprints, so just keep that in mind when you're getting the jet black model. Another thing about the jet black iPhone 7 model is that it does not come at the base storage of 32GB, and you have to upgrade immediately to the 128 or 256GB model, which will of course be a higher price. So second, and I would have to say the biggest change of the iPhone 7 is the complete removal of the headphone jack. Yes, I know we saw this coming with the leaks and rumors prior to the release and the announcement of the iPhone 7, but seeing Apple do this in person, it's scary. So about the headphone jack, Apple is forcing us to use their Lightning AirPods, which will thankfully come in the box, or we'll have an adapter with Lightning to auxiliary cord, which luckily that also comes in a box, and they won't charge in a ridiculous price of, let's say, oh, I don't know, $50. Or we can use Apple's latest invention, the announcement of the AirPods, which are pretty much Bluetooth earpods. It looks exactly the same as normal AirPods without the wires, so making it wireless obviously. So how these are different is that I'm assuming they're Bluetooth, but it just says they pair up automatically once you put it next to your iPhone, and you can double tap to make calls or talk to Siri. So about the headphone jack, we finally got stereo speakers on the new iPhone 7. So what that means is that we're going to have 2 speaker grills at the bottom replacing the headphone jack, as well as having both speakers on the front and bottom of your device. So you'll get stereo speakers of your device. Another new feature would have to be the home button. And no, they did not remove the home button, but instead they changed it to make it, instead of being a tactile pressable button on the iPhone 6 to 1 that all iPhones currently have, where you can go and press it, it's going to be more like the new MacBook, where it's a force touch feature. So you won't actually hear a click when you press it, it's just going to be more of like a pressure sensitive button, but apparently this will work more effective than the current home button that it is right now with the actual tactile button. So finally, we got water and dust resistance on the new iPhone 7. Now I'm super hyped about this because it's about time. All phones already have water resistant, but it's about time that Apple finally got water resistance on the newest and greatest iPhone 7. So probably what everyone wants to know about a new iPhone 7 is of course the camera. So of course with a new iPhone, the camera's gonna be better than the previous one. So this year's iPhone 7, we're gonna get a 12 megapixel camera on the back, as well as a 7 megapixel camera on the front. The rear 12 megapixel camera on the back is sporting an f1 aperture lens with quad LED lights for the flash, also including True Tone flash. Now both iPhones, being the 7 or the 7 Plus, will both have image stabilization on the camera. Yes, it is no longer excluded for the Plus model, but both phones will have stabilization on the camera, which I think is awesome. But this year's incentive to buy the Plus rather than the regular iPhone would have to be that there is a dual camera setup directly on the rear side of the iPhone 7 Plus. So what that means is that there's going to be a second camera right next to the rear camera, which is going to sport as an optical zoom. So that will be 2 times optical zoom on your camera, which will allow better zoom, and there's also another feature being the depth of field. So what that means, you'll get that blurry effect where your subject's in focus and the background is completely blurry, but that software and camera setup will only be exclusive to the iPhone 7 Plus model. Now last but not least, we have the specs. Now I know the specs is what truly makes a new iPhone a new iPhone. So the new iPhone 7 will have a quad-core A10 Fusion chip, which will allow better CPU and GPU performance. So that would just mean better performance overall, so no more lags, as well as great performance on gaming. It will also have a bigger battery. So the iPhone 7 claims that the regular iPhone 7 will have 2 more hours longer lasting battery than the current iPhone 6s, and for the iPhone 7 Plus, it will have 1 more hour longer than the current iPhone 6s Plus. So that's all you need to know about the battery life. It's not much of a difference, but still, it's still longer, so I think that's pretty cool. Alright, so they were the top 7 things you needed to know about the iPhone 7 before picking yourself up a new copy. So what do you think about these new features? Leave a comment down below what you like, what you don't like about it, as well as if you're gonna get a new iPhone 7 or still stick to your current 6s or 5 or whatever phone you have. So thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Laters!